Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing this very casual vlog style today and I hope that you all are okay with that. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So I hope that you all are okay with me doing this vlog style. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, first off, I know I've been a little sporadic with my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I feel like once summer's over, I can get back to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I'm going to try my best to get all 3 videos up next week, but a lot is going on and it's just such a busy summer. But today I had asked on Instagram if you all had any topics or video suggestions, and I got some really great topics from you all that I'm super excited to make videos on. But this one is just a very casual vlog style video, and I thought I would talk a little bit about, you all wanted to know more about like the emotional dynamics of infertility, and I feel like I have addressed these a lot. I feel like it's hard to talk about it without talking about the emotional side of it, and so I feel like in almost every single video that relates to that, I've talked about it in some format. So some of this might be a little repetitive, but I'm just going to kind of tell you where I'm at, I guess, right now in my journey and where I am mentally and emotionally right now, and the things that I have experienced leading up to now. And I will say, if you're not familiar, we have been trying to conceive for almost, well, it'll be 2 years in like October, November. So you all do the math. I'm tired of doing the math. It's hard. So, okay, so right now, I would say emotionally, I feel like I'm a little bit more stable and I can get some control a little bit better now. It's still not easy, and I mean, some days are better than others, and I think that is so true, and you hear people say that, you know, I take it one day at a time. Some days are good and some days are bad. I feel like you can be positive one day and negative the next, and it's just really easy to bounce back and forth, and I don't know what that is or why that happens. It does naturally for me. So that's part of the emotional roller coaster. Like I've said a lot, I think that there are triggers that cause you to feel certain ways, and you know, for me sometimes it's other people talking about babies or children. If somebody specifically talks to me and asks me about my situation, that can be a trigger. If people give like unwanted advice, like, and I haven't really talked to them about it, sometimes that's an emotional trigger. Other people's pregnancy announcements, it's a real thing. That can be a trigger. I just think anything to deal with babies when you get to this point becomes a trigger and an issue. And so I think I do pretty well until those little scenarios creep up. So I really have learned to kind of not put myself in those situations. Now, you can't control everything. You're not going to be able to. It's not possible. But you can kind of like, I feel like there are some scenarios where you know that this topic is going to come up, or they're going to talk about this, or they're going to talk about that, and they just don't respect how you feel. And so when that happens, I feel like you kind of like just ignore it in a way. Like, just don't even feed into it if you're not comfortable talking about it. If you're not comfortable, if you don't want to talk about it, maybe you don't feel like talking about it that day. And I think that's okay. You're entitled to that. It's your journey, your life, and it's unfortunately your struggle. And sometimes we don't want to talk about our struggles 24/7. Like, sometimes it's hard to get on here and talk about it. Like, I get it. There are so many of you all that message me and say, like, you don't like to talk about it with other people, that you wish you could, but you don't like to. Trust me, it is different for me to talk about it here on camera with people who get it, who understand it, who are going through it. It's a lot different talking to a camera and then talking to somebody in person about it. It's a lot harder to talk about it in person, trust me. So I could get where that would be a trigger and an emotional roller coaster. Now, I guess getting back to the topic of like just the emotional dynamics, I think that is a great way to put it. Like, there are so many different dynamics when you're in this journey, and like some situations, I mean, I don't know, like, I hate to say this, I don't know how to say this, but like when you're hopeful and you're wanting something so bad, you know, it's easy to get negative, it's easy to get depressed, it's easy to get down, it's easy to ask, like, why is this so hard for me when there are so many people in this world that get to have children and they probably don't deserve it, or they don't treat those children, you know, like you would. And so I think sometimes that's hard. I try not to let myself go there, because I do feel like there's a reason for everything. And so I try not to like get on my soapbox and think about that. And then sometimes, you know, like when you're around kids a lot, or you see like your friends with kids and stuff, and they have such this huge responsibility that you don't have to deal with yet. Sometimes you're like, well, I guess maybe we're lucky that we don't have to worry about that. But I mean, I think it's a double-edged sword, and sometimes saying stuff like that just helps you mentally, even though you know deep down that you would honestly kill to be in that situation. But sometimes you can talk yourself down and out of it to where you feel a little bit better about yourself in that moment. I don't know. So these are just like random jumbled up thoughts, and I feel like I will probably write a blog post that's a little bit more uniform and I talk more about it, but I'm just saying what I'm thinking like in this moment and at this second. So another thing I think I've talked about before, I think like even in the month, I've noticed that there is an emotional dynamic that happens throughout the month. So here's the beginning of the month. Say, for instance, you get your period at the beginning of the month. It is so defeating when that period comes. So to me, I have a little bit of a dip, and I get a little bit, you know, sad and angry and depressed, and just not feeling very well about everything. And then you'll like level out, or I will level out, and then I'll become hopeful again, like, oh, we're gonna try, and then, you know, maybe this month will be the month. And then you kind of top back out, and you're so excited to see, you know, like, is this a month? You know, I really hope it is. And then that's where the roller coaster truly happens. And that, to me, is the ultimate dynamic of your emotions. Yes, you have all these outside people saying stuff that make you think and do and trigger you and do certain things, but like just with you and yourself, that is where the roller coaster comes every single month. It goes literally like this. It's the weirdest thing, and I'm pretty sure it's happened to me every single month. So while I might say, you know, I feel like I have more control of my emotions and stuff, I think I have more control when it comes to people in the public and the outside things that control me. But the inside, like just me, in that month, it's still like a roller coaster. And I don't even know if that made any sense to y'all, but I think that if you're going through this, I would guarantee that you agree with that, because I would think that everybody probably has that similar dynamic. So it's just a crazy journey. Alright, just to wrap up this video, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would be interested in me creating like a separate TTC infertility group, like support group, in like an email where I can send you all like inspiration and things that are making me feel better through this roller coaster, I would be happy to do that. If I get enough people who would be interested, I'll leave a link to see how many people would be interested. And if you want to sign up for that separate group, then I can, it'll automatically group you, so then I can send out inspiration and support for you all, because that's what I am here. This is why I share this journey, is to support you and help you through it, because I know personally how tough it is. So if you'd be interested in doing that, how about I will leave a link down below that you can join, and if we have quite a few people that sign up for that. You know, I will try to send out monthly like inspiration newsletter type things, and maybe even like create a Facebook group or something that's private, but you still have that little bit of support. Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave that down and see if any of you all are interested in it. So thank you all so much for watching and suggesting this video. If you're new to this, I have a whole playlist on my journey, so just be sure to follow that. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at 4,000, I think, so that's crazy. Yeah, I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye, guys. Say bye, Zell. She's looking at me like, why are you not petting me? I've been petting you, though. She's DQ. Bye, guys.